Today we're going to be making some simple designs that you can sell, keep, or make and take to that Christmas party. Hey you guys, okay, so today we're going to do a new design. I'm going to do my best not to ramble back and forth. I know it was a little frustrating on my last video. Thank you for all the feedback that each and every one of you shared, and don't forget it's not too late to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share in order for you to win one of the two $10 Dollar Tree gift cards we're going to be giving away. So today we're going to be making an incredible pair of earrings. I wanted to just make something simple, just an easy design, a couple of pair of earrings of how you can use just plain eye pins, head pins, and jump rings to make super cute gifts for the holidays, or earrings for yourself, or just something to give us a surprise gift for a stocking stuffer coming up for the holidays. So let's get started. Hey you guys, okay, so today I'm actually inside, so we're gonna have a better chance at recording some cool stuff. Stay tuned. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna be making some earrings like we were talking about for the holidays. And well, they're not necessarily just for the holidays, but I just feel like I have all this stuff that we lovingly call bead soup, right? There's so many beads, and we moved into a new home, and so all of my craft stuff, I feel like it's pretty well organized in terms of it's all outside in the garage, so I can kind of bring it in. I can work out there if I want to, but today is super bright out there, so I said I'm gonna bring everything inside because the lighting will just be more user-friendly, and I don't have to worry about bugs flying around. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna be going through all of my little bead containers and making a couple and making some earrings out of just some of the really pretty beads that I have on hand. I have like an incredible bead collection, just my personal opinion, but trust me, I used to go to bead shows with my husband, and I would sneak, and when he was looking at the watches, these are really pretty, I would say, oh honey, they have watches over there. So then he'd walk away, and when he'd walk away, I'll tell the lady to hurry up and ring up my purchases. So these are really pretty and faceted. I think those would be perfect for the holidays. I don't think the holes are large enough in these pearls, but I think they'd be really pretty, but I'm not gonna use those today. So let's just go put some beads together. You're gonna also need some head pins and some eye pins. And what I'm hoping to be able to do is I got some inspiration. This is just kind of a catch-all box. So I got some inspiration on bending wire to make like different ear wires and things like that. So this is just a regular eye pin. So you're gonna need those. And then you're also gonna need some of your head pins like we just talked about. So if you're new to jewelry making, which I know that most of you are experts, right? But the head pin is the one that has the little head on the end of it, looks like a nail head. And then the eye pins have the openings. Of course, you're gonna need any ear wires that you choose to use. And then we're gonna go ahead and get started. So my last video, I'm well aware I was rambling and I wasn't talking that fast. I actually had sped the video up. But I know that everybody was not a fan of the Christmas earring. However, I love y'all's feedback. Thank you so much for sharing with me. Even people that didn't love the earring design were just really sweet in saying that it wasn't their cup of tea, but they still enjoyed the design. So, you know, art is open for interpretation, but what I really love and value is that we all don't have to agree, right? And so I'm super grateful that you all took the time to even comment. So let's go ahead and get all of your supplies that you're gonna want and need. I'm gonna be using some of these little extra doodads too, if I can find my gold earring wires. And I got these from Michael's, I believe, a while back. So, you know, if you want to use your gold or silver findings, you get to decide, but let's get. So just FYI, something else you're going to need in the future, I had this brilliant idea, right? I saw a polymer clay video, jewelry making video the other day, and it gave me the idea to, they were using polymer clay to make, what are they called? Like crystals, like a crystal kind of, like geodes, that's what I'm trying to say. They made some crystal-like geodes out of polymer clay, and I was like, I wonder if you can use caulk to do that, which would be a lot lighter. I didn't need all those same materials. So we're gonna do a video much later, but I got this from Dollar General. I think it was like $3.59, only because Dollar Tree was out of it. So get you some of that for in the future. Only thing else I forgot to put on the table was that we're gonna need some chain, because I had an idea for some chain earrings as well. So go ahead and grab anything that you're gonna wanna use to make and take along with us, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and got some chain, and of course that's too heavy, but what we're gonna use is, I got this from Michael's, and this is actually 78 inches, it's nickel free, and it is 198.1 centimeters. So I got this on their beading aisle. So over where they have all their jewelry making supplies and all that jazz. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a pair, and it is kind of heavy, so you're not gonna wanna use, well, you're gonna wanna be conscious of just the weight of your earring when you gotta put those on. So get you some chain. You're also gonna need your wire cutters and your round nose pliers. So that's everything we're gonna need to get started. So what I'm gonna start with are these sweet little hearts. So these are actually glass beads. I've had them for a really long time, because like you, if you make jewelry, you just start buying stuff even if you don't need it, right? Well, at least I do. Maybe you don't do that. So we're gonna take our hearts and we're gonna put them on a head pin, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the head pins, and you wanna make sure the silver tone of all of your stuff matches, right? Because sometimes when you buy packs, the tones are different. So I'm just looking for a head pin that's similar in tone to that one. I found one. And these are just gonna be super cute. So the reason why I'm actually putting the hearts on the head pin is so they can dangle and they can actually hang from that eye pin. So once you have them on there, and these are just making a simple pair of earrings, what you wanna do is just kind of eyeball it. And then you're gonna wanna cut it where you leave enough where you can make a loop and you can make an eye pin. And if you cut that way, then that means your wire doesn't go flying across the room and take somebody's eye out. I'm just kidding. And now that we have that little piece sticking up, you wanna take the wider portion of your tool, which always, for some reason, your round nose pliers, I don't know, it escaped me for a second. I cut that down a little bit more. So take your round nose pliers and you wanna bend it forward. And then you wanna bend it backwards a little bit and then bend it forward again. And that'll give you the perfect loop. Could have done a little bit better with that one. But that'll give you the perfect loop that you need to put your jump ring through. So let's do this one as well. And you probably could leave just a little bit more space than what I did. So you have your straight piece. Round nose plier, that's just the dog barking outside. I don't know, he might be barking at, have you ever had ladybugs? We have more ladybugs in our screen. I had to close the door. I wanted to let some air in, but the ladybugs are doing too much, y'all. So we have both of these. You wanna make sure they match up. I think I'm gonna make this one look a little bit better. This particular loop. I feel like I could do better than that. I am a pro, right? I know, you might not think I am, but in my mind, I'm a legend in my own mind. Right? So we're gonna sit these off to the side, and now what we're gonna do is get our jump rings. And I've realized the other day I have so many jump rings, it's crazy, but I don't have on this table. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went and got the smaller jump rings, and I could have used like a medium jump ring. So what you're gonna do is you just want to open it up, and you want to do that by pulling it towards yourself. You don't want to pull it out, because if you pull it out, then it's not going to keep it shaped like it should. We're just going to wrap it around there, and then we're going to put it right here on that eye pin. So this is what you have. Really pretty. And again, right, keep in mind, we're just making simple earrings. So I know that somebody's going to be like, this is so basic and beginner. Yes, it's called simple earrings, right? I know it is basic and it's beginner, but sometimes the basics are best, right? We can get away from just simple things, and just sometimes we just want to make stuff harder than it has to be. But listen, we just want a really pretty, simple pair of earrings, because we're talking about gifts you can have your children make for their teachers. You can make for your friends. So remember I said that these glass hearts are a little heavy. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna see about adding maybe a bead or two, but those kind of blend in. So I have some little white beads, but let's see how a few of these will look. And I like to work in 3s or 4s when I'm putting stuff together. And I want to keep the length of this particular earring so that when it hangs and it has like movement to it. So I'm just going to put 3 of these on, and then for the most part, we're just going to keep this a simple earring. In terms of, I don't want to fill the eye pin up. I'm working off camera, so like that. I don't want to fill the eye pin up with a whole bunch of beads and then the earrings be too heavy. But I do want to see what they'll look like with maybe a few more beads on there. So let's see if I put a few more on there, what they'll look like. So we can make a comparison, but I also want to compare the weight because I don't want anybody having long ear holes on my watch. Let's see. I think those are pretty, and I don't think that's too heavy. So there are 6 beads on here. So let's add 3 more, and then we're going to finish up this pair of earrings, and we're going to make another pair. And again, I want to keep in mind that these are for the holiday. So like when you're going to your Thanksgiving parties, which Thanksgiving dinner, I should say. Oh my God, I can't even believe it's next week. He's barking at ladybugs. So, one more. So look how pretty those are. So now what we're gonna do is on the end of these, is we're gonna use our round nose pliers. We're gonna go about midway. And some people mark their round nose pliers. I don't, but you can, but I've just had these for so long. So then you're gonna bend it forward, right? So we're bending it forward, and then you're bending it back just a little bit to give it an indentation so that it looks like an eye pin, right? How pretty that is. And then to that, we're gonna add one of our little jump rings I have off camera. And it's not gonna matter which way this earring swings or dangles because the heart is the same from each side. All the beads are the same from each side. So look how pretty that is. So you could just take your bead soup and any of the beads that you have and make an incredible pair of earrings. We're gonna finish this one up. You just wanna make sure, you know, that you match them up. So we're bending forward, we're pushing back, and then we're closing that loop. Taking one of our jump rings. And, I'm sorry, opening up one of our jump rings. We're putting it through the loop. We're putting on our ear wire, closing it up. And now we have a super cute pair of earrings. Let's try these on. So I think they came out really pretty. I love the movement. Let's go make another pair. Okay, so I ended up finding a pair of, not a pair, but I ended up finding a green bead in like my bead suit. So I was like, oh, that'll be super cute. So let's take that off of that head pin. And what I want to use is I actually want to use the eye pin. And look how pretty that is for some Christmas colors. So the other thing that I want to do is I want to cut off some chain, and what I want to do is I want to have like some chain kind of dangling from, or not kind of, but actually dangling from this earring. So what I did was I just cut a piece off, and I do want it to be even. So what you want to do is you want to fold it in half, and we should be able to just cut off basically one of these like links right in here. And let's see, that should give us an even amount. So now that we have the pieces of chain cut out, what I want to do is we're going to set that to the side, and let's see if the jump rings that we have, because they're thin and because they're small enough, they should be able to fit inside that chain. So we fit it in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fit it on the end of the eye pin. We'll take those beads off so we can close it up. So you got that closed up, and now you should end up with something like this. So just your eye pin and your chain. And then what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and put the red bead and the green bead on there together, because I just want it to have like some Christmas color, like a Christmas color vibe to it. And then we're gonna add a dangle to the end that looks like kind of like just an icicle. Okay, so I want all of these to be long. So I'm gonna leave them pretty much long like we did the rest of them, or like we did, I'm sorry, the last pair. At least I think I do, let's see. I don't know, maybe that'll be too much. So I'm gonna add the dangle bead to the end, and let's see then, do I still like it when I have it that long? So we're gonna take our head pin, add this really pretty, these are real faceted. I got these at a bead show years ago, because like I said, I have a huge bead collection because I wanted to open a bead store a long time ago. Remember I told you I thought I'd be a jewelry designer? My husband's like, Garlinda, that's a hobby. I'm so glad he told me that. I would have never owned a real estate company or be growing an insurance agency. I'd be designing jewelry, and there's nothing wrong with that, but this is my hobby, right? But I truly believe that you can make a living out of jewelry design, which is not my calling right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the really pretty clear crystal faceted bead on the end, and that's what it's looking like. And see, I'm all about the movement. I'm all about like the movement that this earring has. That's really pretty, and I think I want to leave these to be like shoulder dusters. But let me see if I go in and add some other colors in there, or if I do some other stuff, what that's looking like. I don't like that gray. I feel like that takes away from it. Let's see if we want to add like something like that. I kind of like that too, but I want to be mindful of the weight of the earring. So let's do one more addition. Y'all need some, ooh, let's see. I have so much bead soup, like it's crazy. Do y'all have a lot? So I just saw where I have some green glass beads. That's pretty, but I don't know that I like that in the center right there, but I don't hate it. Okay, I got it exactly like I wanted it. So I decided to add a smaller red bead, a faceted, chunkier red bead there, the little green square bead, and the darker green one, it reminds me of a Christmas tree. And so we're gonna leave these as dangles because what I want is like a shoulder duster. That's what I'm going for, because we want like statement for Christmas, and when you're wearing your little black dress, your little red dress, or you're wearing your turtleneck, whatever you're wearing from the bedroom to the living room for Thanksgiving, we want it to be show-stopping. So I think these are really pretty. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add our ear wire. Let's see my favorite ones. I'm gonna go for these. And then we're just gonna close it up. And then look how pretty that is. So I'll try those on for you as well so you can see them. So let's go ahead and make this one. I realized that these are like ceramic on the inside, which is really nice, but it was getting stuff kind of all over the place. So what we can do in advance is we can go ahead and make this piece. I thought about making some keychains the other day. I was like, who even uses keys? Like my key is an electric start. Yours probably is too. And then let's find one of our green beads. You know, you could do a bead swap too. Have you guys thought about that? Like my brother, every time he comes home, he wants some of my beads, right? And so I was thinking we could do a bead swap, he and I, or you and I. Let's talk about that. So now I went on and made the eye pin that's gonna go up top because it's just easier. We're already here putting it together. Let's go on and finish it out. So push it forward, take it back. Now you have your eye pin. Went too far on that one. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is get our jump ring. Open that up. We're gonna get our ear wire. What I love about these two is we don't have to think about them going all in the right direction and fighting with the fish hooks and all that jazz. So we got that part made. I want to make sure they're even, so make sure that whatever top part is up here, and I want to flatten this out just a little bit because I feel like I made a bend right there. So I found this little duck neck pair of pliers. I'm sure they're called flat nose pliers. So now let's go ahead, and what we want to do is get another head pin. We're going to finish this pair, and then we're going to make one more pair, I believe. It's so therapeutic digging in this stuff. So now let's get another one of our faceted diamond looking beads. We're gonna cut it off. Remember I said you can put it down that way so it doesn't go flying. And plus we have a dog and he won't eat this stuff by any stretch of the imagination, but what if his little paw stepped on it? That's gonna hurt. So cut that off, close that up. Y'all already should be experts on that by now. We're gonna put our jump ring on. And now we're gonna add this piece to the chain. So we're bringing over the chain that we cut from before. And this chain, even though it seemed heavy when I opened the pack up, it's light, you know, once you cut it and once you have a piece that you wanna work with. This one doesn't wanna cooperate. I don't know why that piece is giving me a hit. This is when I feel like I have chunky fingers, and I don't. I have little hands in comparison to, I guess, my family. I might have big hands compared to y'all. I don't know. Let's see why you doing this to me. Okay, let me do this off. Okay, so that wanted to be shown who's boss. I had to let it know I'm in charge here. Okay, this is my YouTube channel. Just kidding. Okay, so now we're getting our last jump ring so we can finalize this pair of earrings. So opening it up. And then we're just gonna connect these two here. And now we have another gorgeous pair of holiday earrings. We have some shoulder dusters that will make the best gifts. Or I wanna make sure they're even in there too in the way that they hang. So look how pretty. Let's go try them on so you can see what they look like. Hey, you guys, okay, so look at this pair. I think they came out really pretty. I think they're gonna make the perfect little shoulder duster to go with a red dress or a little black dress for the holidays or for Thanksgiving, whatever you wanna wear. Then let's make one more pair, we're done. Okay, so I found this bag when we were moving of all these pearl-like beads that we have. I had gotten those from AC Moore a long time ago. So these kind of remind me of like an after five, kind of a tuxedo vibe. So I'm thinking that we should make something with those. Look how pretty that is. It looks like a little coin bead, but it has like all these little iridescent colors. So super cute. This one, again, is like the red bead that we just used. It has like all these different facets. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make like an after five. That's kind of the feeling that I'm going for. So what I mean by after five is just one that's like really classy, more formal than the other ones that we made. Now these beads have really small holes, so depending on how they were put together or how they were like manufactured, some of the eye pins or the head pins won't fit, so I find that I have to go through and find the ones that'll work. So I could do this off camera, but I don't want to, right? So that's what we're doing. And so we're only gonna put a few on there. And actually what I realized is I'm gonna put these on the eye pins. So at least we already know that they'll fit. So that's sometimes when you buy beads, you'll have to know that. Now you can always drill these open and use a drill to go through these, but these are actually painted that color. So if you try to do that, you could take some of the paint off. They're like this really pretty, like shiny silver pearl. So let's go with 4 maybe. So let's see if we can fit one more on here. And then what I want to do is I want to do a sample and see how I like the bottom in terms of the design we want to use. So right now we're going to sit that off to the side. Now let's take our head pin and let's see how it'll look when we go to add the coin. Because in my mind, I'm kind of thinking that I want this to have extra dangles and like the coin piece to hang from the end. I'm going to zoom in so you can see that, so don't worry. So in other words, I'm thinking that I want to have that dangle that way, and then have the little coin pearl hanging down that way, but I'm kind of undecided about it. Be right back. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill this whole eye pin up with the pearl beads, the ones that'll fit, and any that won't, I'm just throwing them off to the side, because they'll fit like onto string or something like that, even though they won't fit on, you know, to the eye pin or the head pin. So you can still use them for stuff. Like they probably would fit like on elastic cord as well. So we have 2, 4, 6. I kind of want 5, I don't know. I don't know that I love the number 6. So took one of those off. So let's go ahead here, and I'm gonna cut some of that off. And we're gonna go ahead and make the top part of the earring. So it's just gonna be these 5. Really pretty, and these are like a gray, like almost like a white gray pearl. So you want to go ahead and put those together that way, and I'm going to go ahead and add the earring wire since we're already up here at the top finishing it up. So let me grab that. I'm going to go ahead and take one of our jump rings, and we're going to go ahead, you can put your earrings together whatever way you choose to, right? I'm just choosing to put mine together as we go along, as the pieces fit together. So we're gonna go ahead and put these together, close it up, and now you have one component already made, okay? Now you could go ahead and make the matching component if you want to, but what I wanna do is I wanna go ahead and put the next piece on there, the next layered piece, which is gonna be the faceted bead. Be sure that it's an eye pin. Gonna go ahead and cut this off. Because again, we're making shoulder dusters. I wanted to have a lot of movement. So I could have put it on with the coin bead, but I don't want that. I want it to be super long. I want it to be formal. And like I said, I'm calling this like a tuxedo pair. So look how pretty that is. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead now and we're gonna use another head pin. And we're gonna add the coin on. I don't want them to be too heavy. We talked about that. Let's see. This will fit. So now I've got it through this section right here. Oh, so it just hit a little snag. So now we got it on there. And I'm gonna lay it down just to see if I want to add anything on here with it, because it seems like it needs just like a little something like right in there. Let me see if I can find a tiny bead, because these used to have partner beads. This little gray faceted one, it used to have a smaller bead that was similar in color. Let me see if I have one. I'll be right. So what I decided to do is just to tie it in, just to tie that top portion in with the bottom portion that we're going to use for the dangle. I just decided to stick with the icy gray, you know, that whitish gray cool pearl that we're already working with. We're just pushing forward, pulling it back, closing it up. And then we're just closing in our eye. And now we are grabbing our jump rings. Thought I had enough on the table. And I wasn't gonna make, you know, a video this week, but I was like, you ever just have like that pull, like you just need to be creative? Like if I can be creative and make something, then I can do my real work. That's kind of how I felt today. I was like, okay, I need to create. And then if I come and create something, then it'll give me more energy, that creative energy I need to get my job done. So, look how pretty that is. I think those came out so incredible. So that's a tuxedo earring. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make the other one. So I'm gonna go ahead and start from the bottom since we already have the eye pin on the table. On the Allen. We got that bead on. So now we're just gonna go ahead and cut it. We're gonna add our other jump ring. So we'll bend them forward, back, close it up. Ring. So now we have our little dangle piece for the bottom. And now all we need now is an eye pin. And it's really weird because some of our eye pins are thin and some of them are thick, but it seems like they came in the same like packaging, but I guess, you know, that happens. So now let's put that one on. So we're gonna put that one on. Now don't throw your scraps away. So like when you cut your eye pin and your head pin off, you can use those to actually make other eye pins, right? So be sure to save those and keep them so that you have extra materials. You don't have to throw those away. So now we're just putting our earring back together. So then all we have left to do now is put pearls in place. And now we have 3 incredible pair of earrings. Oh, I left off my little dangly. Let's go back and pick you up. There we go. Okay. Add another jump ring. And what the jump rings do is they give you all this extra movement. My fellow jewelry designers, y'all already know this. I know that's like rudimentary and elementary to you, right? You're like, I got this. So now we just go through adding our little pearls. And if you have them and where they're painted sometimes and they act like they don't want to go through there, you can always like grab a pair of pliers and help guide it through. I don't want to bend my eye pin, but sometimes you can do that. This isn't the right pair of pliers to be trying to do that with, but sometimes you can take your pliers and just use it as a guide to force it through the hole if you want to. I just had an idea for one more pair, but I don't know if we'll have time or not. Okay, so I just decided to go ahead and keep filling the eye pin up with the soft gray beads. We're almost finished. And then we would have 3 really great pairs of earrings. Now, like I said, you could make these for sale. I mean, you could whip these up. We've already done, what, 3 pair in under 10 minutes, 15 minutes? I mean, it's just because the video is longer from me stopping. But, I mean, you could literally make tons of earrings within an hour. And especially if you have, like, a little system going, an assembly line. How cool is that? So, got that one done. And now what we're going to do is we're going to snip a little bit off the top. We have 2, 4, 5. Make sure you have the right bead count. We're going to use our round nose pliers. Again, you already know, bend forward, bend back, close. Pull it over. And then what we're going to do is add our last finding. I'm going to try these on for you. You can see what they look like. I'm going to find a matching head pin. And now we have our tuxedo earrings. So let's get that out of the way. How pretty these look. So I'm going to try these on so you can see them. So look how pretty these are. They just remind me of a really formal, fancy pair of earrings. I mean, you could even wear those with a really pretty white shirt and a pair of black pants. You could do a white t-shirt and some jeans and just dress it up. I mean, so again, you can make so many of these for sale to give as gifts in your office. You could do it as, you know, you guys hate gifts for that white elephant game, which I hate because I can't stand when people take my gift. Right? But you could even make it for stuff like that, for Secret Santa stuff. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I love making these earrings. I think they were super simple, quick, back to the basics. On to the next project. God bless you. So look how pretty these are. They just remind me of a really formal, fancy pair of earrings. I mean, you could even wear those with a really pretty white shirt and a pair of black pants. You could do a white t-shirt and some jeans and just dress it up. I mean, so again, you can make so many of these for sale to give as gifts in your office. You could do it as, you know, you guys hate gifts for that white elephant game, which I hate because I can't stand when people take my gift. Right? But you could even make it for stuff like that, for Secret Santa stuff. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I love making these earrings. I think they were super simple, quick, back to the basics. On to the next project. God bless you guys.